Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Whiskey Wednesday Show with your hosts, Ken Tizzard and Music for Goats. Brought to you in full color and stereo sound with amplification provided by Trainer. Broadcasting into the world from Storyhouse Studios in Campbellford, Ontario, you'll hear the best in old country, folk, Americana, punk rock, and 80s music delivered into your homes every week for free. And don't forget your regular dose of new and original songs from Music for Goats. Never be alone on a Wednesday night again, 8 p.m. Eastern and 9:30 for those of you in Newfoundland. Join the Whiskey Wednesday regulars on Facebook to be a part of the conversation, or watch on YouTube as well. Pour a drink, a cup of tea, or a nice cold long tooth. Roll up your best smoke and sit back and relax. Don't forget to hit the share button to help spread the word. The Whiskey Wednesday Show, every week. Cheers.
I'm on. My tie is sideways. Yeah, I think I have it sorted out now for the most part. Extremely relaxed tonight, ladies and gentlemen. The cameras are all rolling. Barry, are they all working?
Yeah, they appear to be.
We have audio?
Yeah,
That's amazing. We've got people there.
I believe
We've
so.
got, I see Richard there, yeah.
Oh, Sherry's here.
Sherry's here. Oh my God. Sherry, so good to see you. I don't see who's actually here. I just see you if you type a message. So if you want me to know you're here, you got to type something. It can just be it can be anything.
It's not like Romper Room.
Like, well, it's Romper Room
Romper
again?
Room.
I remember it being a TV show.
Yeah, they had some kind of fake mirror the teacher hold up, and she'd say, "And I see Billy and Bobby and Sandy." And
Oh, that was Romper Room, eh?
yeah.
See, I don't remember that now. That was just before my time. Kristen Armstrong is here. Nice to see you. Richard, is there a Watchmen rehearsal for next week? Yes, there is. Hello, Charles P. Whaley. Yes, there is a Watchmen rehearsal next week. Whether the details of which are being worked out, but there's actually a show next week. Is it next weekend is the Watchmen show?
Seems to be.
It is, isn't it?
So a week tomorrow and a week Friday.
Week tomorrow and Friday. We got some work to do. Sometimes when there's a Watchmen show just around the corner. Hi, Rick. How you doing? It can bring some anxiety and stress, but we're really excited for it. Allison is coming down, and that seemed to be the easiest thing to do, is to bring Allison to the hotel with me. So Allison's going to come down to Toronto, and she will hopefully have some friends drop by to see her while I'm out performing over at Lee's Palace. But it'll be a couple of fun nights with the boys, and get to see a lot of Toronto friends, and all kinds of stuff. Okay, we're going to start with a song called End of the World, which is, a question you can sometimes ask. And while we're playing this song, I'm going to mention to Barry that maybe we can turn that fan off because it's blowing the guitar out of tune every 30 seconds. My mistake for leaving it on. Thank you very much, Barry. Ladies and gentlemen, Barry is turning off the fan now. All the way off. Yeah. So this is a song called "The End of the World," ladies and gentlemen. We wrote this song. When I was in Ottawa.
The end of the world hadn't happened yet.
The end of the world hadn't happened yet. Exactly. I was dealing with a different end of the world, and this one came about. It's part of a new record we're working on. It goes just like this. I don't want to hear about your new sensation. I don't want to reconnect my old relations. I don't want to hear your frustrations all of the time. It doesn't take a genius to see that she's a girl. It doesn't take a genius to rule a broken world. It doesn't take a genius to ignore the facts all of the time. There's no sense in asking, is this the end of the world? We'll know it's over when it's done. There's so many ways I picture in my head, but I never saw this one. Post-truths, dangerous rumors and lies, far from the truth and nobody's surprised. We're all too busy watching Peaky Blinders all of the time. It doesn't hurt sometimes to look outside your door. Sometimes it's okay to clean your dirty floors. Just remember to wash your hands all of the time. No sense in asking, is this the end of the world? We'll know it's over when it's done. There's so many ways End of the World. Let's send that out to Steve Johnson. That song came about when I was learning about bluegrass, and a lot of it had to do with my buddy Steve Johnson. I was just kind of fooling around with some guitar bits, and that's where that song came about from. So dedicate that one tonight, Mr. Steve Johnson down in, where are you these days, Steve? You in the Black Mountains or Raleigh, North Carolina? Somewhere down there. Oh my. That song also sounds amazing with drums.
Yes.
Believe it or not.
Yeah.
Tie all those rhythmic bits together. On Monday, we had, well, not we, Steve's wife, Kim, organized a drive-by parade for him. So I'd let the guys know, and we all met down in the school parking lot at 6:45. And then Brian Finley and Donna Finley showed up in a big white pickup truck, and Brian Finley had a set of drums set up in him, and he had himself strapped in with a seatbelt in the back, and his earphones on, and his orange protective shirt, and his helmet. He was all ready for anything to happen, and he started playing drums, and the parade followed him. We ran around the corner, and Steve was out front with the wife and little kids. And do we got a picture of that there, Barry? Well, I think we got 2 pictures that are taken. I drove by, so I got like 2 really close pictures. There's one of them, you can see Steve. That's all I can say about the picture. And the next one is almost identical. See that? Look, that same picture, but just a slightly different second later. I thought you'd like both instances so you could feel like you were there. But either way, it was a great time. There was a really good gang of people who showed up. There's, good Lord, how many people came out? It was cars for as long as
40
you
or
could see.
50, I would guess.
It was amazing. It was amazing.
It was pretty good.
Really nice to get down and see Steve. And it was a drive-by thank you, or not thank you, a drive-by congratulations for finishing his last round of radiation. So all the chemo's done, all the radiation is done. He has a little break now before they decide what's next. But those 2 things are done and behind him. And oh man, it's so good. So we love you, Steve, and we can't wait to be able to hang and do things with you again. And even more importantly, we can't wait for you to feel better, because that's really important. I'm going to take a little look at the messages here. Karen, nice to see you. Rick Burton, we said hi a second ago. Hey, Jeannie, nice to see you there. We're doing fantastic. Hey, Tammy J. Wild, I'm glad you're tuned in. Love to see you. Audio and video, all very good, Barry, I said. Barry replied, thanks back. We've got inter-conversations happening here. Hello, Derek, Richard, Joe, Tony. And happy birthday, Tony Arkell, exactly. There's a few birthdays. God, there's a lot of birthdays going on. Okay, pain-free living. Okay, so we're gonna pay pain for living for Tony. Let's throw that in right now. You guys capable of doing that?
As soon as I retune.
Wasn't planning this tonight, but you know something? I did think about it earlier today. I thought we have to pay pain-free living in a few weeks. So let's get this party started, as they say.
Our medication.
In the rock and world road, in the rock and world walk and woe. What? Oh my good Lord! The walk and woad. I'm thinking about walk and woad. Lives out next to Neil. Plays guitar with Mr. Grant. Okay, so this is a song called "Pain Free Living." It is going out to Tony on his birthday. Tony, long-standing admirer of music and friend. And long-time viewer. Okay, I'm almost in tune here. I'm almost in tune enough to start maybe with a fiddle tune there, guys. What do you want to say? Oh, let's start with... Let's start with a little FMNL. Ready?
I think I am.
1, 2, 3, 4. I like to get high, I like to get higher, I like to get more high than I was before. I like to get stoned like to get stoned. I like to get more stoned than I was before. 'Cause I don't have I'm just trying to remember these words, guys. Just keep vamping this for a second. I know what this song is about, but I'm just trying to remember what the first verse is about. I think I remember now. 'Cause I don't have No, I don't know. What's the first line? Okay, hold on one sec. I like to get high, I like to get high, I like to get more high than I was before. I like to get high, I like to get high, I like to get more than I was before. Don't commit, guys. 'Cause I don't have the perfect life I dreamed of. And at times I can bear it for a while. Then sometimes it takes away the part of me that's real. Then other times all I can do is smile. I like to get high, I like to get higher, I like to get more high than I was before. I like to get stoned, I like to get stoned, I like to get more stoned than I was before. 'Cause I don't have the perfect job I dreamed of, and at times I can bear it for a while. Then sometimes it takes away the part of me that's real, and other times all I can do is smile. I like to get high, I like to get higher, I like to get more high than I was before. I like to get stoned, I like to get stoned, I like to get more stoned than I was before. I like to get high, I like to get higher, I like to get more high than I was before. I like to get stoned, I like to get stoneder, I like to get more stoned than I was before. 'Cause I don't have a moment without depression. The drugs the doctor gives me ain't so tight. Sometimes I feel like my skin is crawling, and other times bad TV can be alright. I like to get high, I like to get higher, I like to get more high than I was before. I like to get stoned, I like to get stoneder, I like to get more stoned than I was before. I like to get high, I like to get higher, I like to get more high than I was before. I like to get stoned, I like to get stoneder, I like to get more stoned than I was before.
Well, happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Tony. Birthdays are fabulous. We had a birthday last week, too. I think we got some pictures. It was Mr. Grant's 35th birthday. And there we go. There he is, celebrating his birthday, having his ice cream cake. Did you enjoy your ice cream cake, Mr. Grant?
It was delicious.
It was delicious? How delicious was it?
It's indescribable.
That's a perfect description. Perfect description. Yeah, I know. God, I get the lyrics. This is too much weed. Derek Lowen, yes, you can. I know. I've been meaning to get back to you on that one. Sorry. You need a goat's toque. I got to just find one. My house is still in a little bit of a wreck from the recent renovation, which we're almost out of. We are out of, as of today, actually. So that's fantastic. We'll have some pictures of that next week. Allison's done a whole masterpiece book on that one. Okay. Hey, Elaine, how you doing? Elaine Bushnick is on. Hopefully we'll get to see you somewhere in town soon enough. Life is starting again. Life is starting again. Nice to see people. Nice to see people for real. I went out to see the AC/DC tribute band this weekend. That's the ticket, which Steve Onions gave to me. And Steve's been doing amazing things over at the Legion. God, he's got it running. Well, not just him. I'm the whole bunch of people that run over there. But Steve has been my point person on anything musical there, and he seems to be doing a lot of great stuff. And his band actually opened up for the AC/DC tribute band. Hell's Bells, they were called. Pretty good show. Me and Ray on the radio went, and it was a bit of fun. Then we went to the pub. It was quiet. It was just me and Ray and the bartender, waitress, whose name I can't remember right now because I just met her, but real nice girl. I shouldn't say girl, real nice lady. My apologies. I know her from. She used to work at the UPI gas station. You know the gang of people, young people that are always around there. She's one of them, but not as young anymore. And anyway, she's up at the pub, so cool. We'll see what's happening there as that moves forward. I think they've got somebody down there tonight. They haven't started Whiskey Wednesdays again, but they are doing music on Wednesdays. The new owner tells me, which is totally cool. I still can't do it, and we're here now, so it doesn't make sense to. It would be too.
We can't abandon the people that are here.
Well, I was thinking of trying to do it from down there, which would be a really cool thing. But it'd be like a 3-hour setup and a 3-hour teardown every Wednesday, and I can't put that into my life. So, for now, after tonight, I'm going to drop down and see Mr. Cooper, who's playing tonight. I think it's Justin Cooper down there tonight. Take a little swing down, have a beer, see how Allison's feeling, if I can make that happen. We're going to play one more song, and then we're going to get into part one of the interview. I've got some amazing questions for these people.
What song?
We're doing Over You.
Oh.
Yeah.
So,
anybody who knows me, that doesn't really matter. I guess if you're gonna put songs or art or film or literature out, does it really matter who you are? If it does, that creates a whole bunch of questions. If it doesn't matter who you are and the art has to stand and represent itself, at what point do you get concerned? And I say this and bring it up because there's a song that I wrote. It's been in the line, over you, I'll be over you as soon as she gets under me. That's the catchphrase or the chorus or tag of this song. This song started for me as an exercise in cliches. I started writing out every cliche I could think of, from the simplest to like the most sort of complex. And as I went through this list, and then I kind of sort of, okay, let's switch it over to sort of country tunes, sort of things that you would hear in classic country tunes, the cliches from there. And then I started going through modern day versions of that. And I mean, I don't think there's anybody that I know that at some point in time didn't think that going out and kids watching, having fun with other friends might make them forget about a friend that left them at the movies. I'm using an analogy here for the kids, folks. But everybody at some point thought that was a good way to get over somebody. Find somebody else, get over it. And the song strings together a whole bunch of cliches into a story about a man whose wife has been unfaithful to him, and he leaves her, and and he's going through all these cliches of divorce and cliches of separation and cliches of what happened. And he gets to the biggest cliche of all, where he tries to throw it back in her face by saying, well, I'll be over you as soon as she gets under me. That's the crux of this song. I generally don't like to describe my music too much. I talk a lot, but I generally don't like to describe the songs. As Ron Hines once said, explanation is the ruination of art, and I get that. And maybe there's more to this song that I don't get. But we played it a couple of weeks ago, and I posted it, and it got me banned from a Facebook group for inappropriate, misleading, and offensive lyrics.
There you go.
And I thought, okay, well, this is obviously not somewhere that I want to be hanging out, because I've thought long and hard about this song. And just, if it was the other way around, would it be as offensive? Maybe. Maybe the idea of thinking that sex can overcome love or sex can make you forget a broken heart, maybe that is offensive. That doesn't make it any less valid in something that happens in our world. And as a musician, I just kind of reflect back what I see.
Please,
So
don't
anyways.
please don't look at me when you say that.
Anyways, this is a song called Over You. If you feel like leaving the station now because this is too offensive, please shut the door on the way out.
You have heard it all before.
And you've heard it.
Absolutely, absolutely.
1, 2, 3. You broke my heart. You've been untrue. I can't bear to spend another minute with you. Cold-hearted girl, you ruined my life. Now I'm moving on. I won't stay to fight. Gonna pack my bags, take all that I can, get far away from you and your new old man. Well, I can't say when, but someday soon you'll see I'll be over you as soon as she gets on me. For years I've tried to do you right. All those toothless words sure rang true tonight. For years I've tried. I tried to please. You had me on the go. You had me on my knees. I'm moving on, leaving you behind. I can't say that I'm happy. You treated me so unkind. I can't say when, but someday soon you'll see I'll be over you as soon as she gets under me. All the friends that I had, the things that I loved to do, you crushed all my dreams. Now I'm leaving you. I can't say when, someday soon you'll see I'll be over you as soon as she gets under me. I'll be over you as soon as she gets under me. One more time, boys. I'll be over you as soon as she gets under me. So there you go. That's the offensive song that got me banned from a country music group. And they're like a modern country music page. I mean, they may have found me offensive with the way that I look. I mean, I would say it's my breath, but they can't smell me through the internet, so it's not my breath.
Yes.
Yeah.
We haven't got to
They haven't gotten
smell-o-vision
that.
yet, but probably.
Smell-o-vision is on the way.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's so weird. Anyways, I'm now over that. See how I tied that in there?
I did.
Yeah.
I know. Who wants to get close to the mic first? Okay, it's get to know the goats, guys. We're going to go over to Mr. Grant for a minute. I think I'm looking at Mr. Grant now. Are we looking at Mr. Grant on the screen, Barry?
You are.
Okay, cool. Mr. Grant, how you doing?
I'm doing fine.
State your full name for the record, please.
Mr. G.
Mr. G. Excellent. Excellent. And your date of birth?
Yes.
Yes, fantastic. That's wonderful. How long have you
Some
been in?
number of years ago, like last week,
That's right.
or earlier this week.
Earlier this week, we celebrated your birthday on Monday, but that's not when you were actually born. You weren't born on Monday. You were born Monday
It was
somewhat.
a Friday, I believe.
It was a
It
Friday.
was a Friday's child, yes.
Okay, so now knowing that today is Monday, or Monday was Monday, and the date with it being 2022, if you were a Friday child, I bet we could calculate how old you are.
I'm sure you could, within like 6 or 7 years.
Okay, so this is Mr. Grant. He is that many years old. So tell us, what did you do before this? What was Mr. Ken Grant doing? Before people saw you sitting here on a Wednesday night.
I was born, as I was telling Neil. In a
Make sure you
town-
get in nice and close on the mic there, Barry. Can you hear Mr. Grant, what he's saying?
Yeah,
Okay.
I was just going to quote the lyrics from Tobacco Road.
Oh, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
No, no.
I was born. No, I want to hear it now. I was born.
In a dump.
Oh.
Mama died and my daddy got drunk. He left me here to die or grow. Over on Naseby Street.
You're on Naseby Street was where you were born? That's just up the road from me.
No, that's where I grew up.
Oh,
I
okay.
wasn't actually born there.
Oh, okay. Do you remember
None
your
of
birth?
that was true.
No.
My folks are both good, upstanding, church-going people, members of the St. John's congregation here in town. Many years.
Yes. St. John's is a great church over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's like my growing up. I have all these perfect attendance pins
For Sunday
St.
school,
John's
yeah.
Sunday School.
Really? You have perfect attendance.
Year after year after year. Well, you're allowed to miss like
Right.
2 Sundays.
But I guess your parents, being
Sure.
church-going folk, they were there anyway, so it was kind of like daycare, right? Yeah.
Sure.
It wasn't like if they weren't going, you said, "Hey, I got to go to church."
There you go.
There you go. Okay, so I did this interesting thing, and I went online and I pulled out a bunch of things. These are the top questions that interviewers should ask musicians.
Is this like the Colbert questionnaire?
No, this is I haven't even read these questions yet. I just sort of
He starts out with, "What's the best sandwich?"
oh well, yeah, fuck. Okay, I'm gonna pull one for Mr. Grant. One here. These are really really tough questions. How do you handle working evenings and nights, Mr. Grant?
It's difficult, but I manage because I sleep in every day.
Excellent answer. Excellent answer. What musician do you admire most and why?
Oh God.
Man, these questions are bad.
Would that be living?
Nope.
Well, it's got to be John Lennon.
John Lennon. And why?
Because he was John Lennon. There were no others.
That's
Never
a
will.
great answer.
He was one of those guys that led us through the 60s between him and Mick Jagger.
Not being a part of the 60s, I see it, like I saw it growing up, but, I could see this imprint that he had left, but I didn't physically go through it as a teenager. So yeah, I didn't have that sort
It
of
was
leading,
quite
like you
a
say.
social tumult
It was.
between
Yeah.
65 and 70. And I was glad to be part of it. I'm glad that John Lennon was there leading the way.
And what were you doing during those years?
I was going to high school.
Going to high school. And after high school, did you do anything exciting? Did you leave town? You went to high school here in Campbellford, right?
I did.
And then did you leave town at all? Did you go
did,
explore the
yes.
world?
Went to school in Toronto,
Yeah.
York University.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got out of town.
Yeah. Where'd you go? Did you actually hitchhike out of town?
I went north. No, I met some guys in Toronto who put together a bluegrass mountain music band up near New Liskeard,
Cool.
and I moved up there and joined their band. That was my first full-time band.
I
It
remember.
wasn't really full-time, but most of the time.
It was most of the time. I remember the name of the band, but I can't remember right.
The Hartney Mountain Boys.
Hartney Mountain Boys.
Yes,
That's
yeah.
right. How long did you play with them?
A couple of years.
Yeah. Very cool. And then
Yeah, it was good.
So you've just been a musician all your life. That's one thing people ask me about Mr. Grant. You know, what did he do before music? I'm like, as far as I know, he's been a musician his whole life.
He was born.
Right? Yeah, he was born and then he was a musician. I mean, it's interesting for me being a bass player. For many years when I was playing solo, I had a trio with a harmonica player and a drummer because I couldn't find a bass player that felt right. And then Mr. Grant, you came into my life how long ago? Is it 15 years now or 12?
Yeah, between there
there.
somewhere. Yeah.
And that's been, you've been with me through all the projects since then, including Bad Intent and the Variety Show Players.
Yes,
and,
yes.
And now Music for Goats, and of course the duos that we used to do with the Ron Hines Show. That was amazing stuff.
We
You've been all
covered
over
some
with it.
territory, man.
We certainly did. We certainly did. I'm going to ask you one more song before we'll do a song or two, and then we'll go over to Neil and we'll ask him some questions. Okay.
I mean, I like Paul too. Nobody take offense here.
Careful not to offend.
But Ringo, they're playing, man. He's touring this year, so I hope to see him.
Yeah, we should. He's in Kingston, you were saying, right?
Yeah.
We should talk to Fisher in Kingston and make a big night of it. I'm sure he'd be into it. That'd be fun. Fisher, you watching? David Fisher, you watching? Somebody text him. Tell him to watch. Tell him to get away from his wife and kid and come watch the Whiskey Wednesday show. It's very important. Okay, one last question, Mr. Grant. What was your first music teacher like?
My first music teacher, I guess that'd be Pete Brennan, who taught me my first keyboard lessons when I joined the band here in high school.
Okay.
I mean, I had piano teachers before that. Is that
so? You grew as a child before school. You learned to play piano.
Yes.
How far into it did you get?
I had Jean Archer was my teacher from out of town here.
Jean Archer?
Nancy Elmhurst's aunt.
Oh, I know Nancy. She's a fantastic teacher.
Yeah, she
Okay.
taught us both. We were both her students at
Wow.
one time.
Really?
We even played a duet together at one
You
of her
and Nancy?
recitals. Yeah,
Oh, I'd love to. What, you played piano and she played?
we four hands.
Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be wonderful to
Side by
see.
side.
We should get that together again.
Yeah, right.
We should get that together again for a performance.
See if you could talk her into it.
That'd be wonderful. That'd be wonderful. I've done a few shows with her. She's quite a wonderful lady. Well, okay, Mr. Grant. So
Anyway,
while we play the next batch of songs, we have another 3 songs here that we're going to get into. While we play these next 3, starting with one for Aunt Betty. I hope you're still there, Aunt Betty. 30 for 60 is coming your way. Oh, God, I feel like a 70s DJ tonight here. It must be the color of the gummy. So we're going to play some tunes. Now, before we get back, there's going to be 3 tunes, and then we're going to turn the interview over to Mr. Neil Lucy, where we'll ask him similar but different questions, and hopefully we'll get different answers to all of the questions. And but in this time, think of some questions that you would like to know. It's been a few people that said, we'd really like to, we're really loving all these interviews, but we'd really love to hear from the band and see what they're all about. So you got a little Mr. Grant, you're going to get a little Neil, and if you can send along some questions, we will address them at the end. This is a song from my Aunt Betty. It's another Ron Hines song, and it is called 30 for 60. Before we play it, I'm just going to have a sip of this wonderful long tooth lager. One, two, one, two. And I don't have the 5 in my hand, not a last leg to stand upon. But what the hell, going 30 for 60, let the night swell. Somebody fix me a single malt whiskey. And I don't have the jack or the ace, but I've got on my good poker face, and I'm holding my queen, going 30 for 60, feeling hungry and mean. Life's about chances and the kings and the kitty. 30 for 60. You can take this to heart, you can gamble your soul. 65 now and I'm still in a hole. Life's just a game, it's a grand piece of fun. There's little left I can go. And I don't have the jack or the ace, but I've got on my good poker face and I'm holding my queen. Going 30 to 60, feeling hungry and lean. Life's about chances and the kings and the kitties. Jack in my head, but I recall my old man used to say, what the hell, going 30 for 60, let the night swell, somebody fix me a single malt whiskey. 30 for 60, 30 for 60, 30 for 60. 60. Very cool.
So the first question is, did I mess that up? Absolutely.
I
Wow.
agree. No, that was just that one little spot got a little tangly there. It was all going really well.
Yeah, I know it wasn't.
I actually started to, you know what it was in my head? I started thinking, man, we kind of sounded like a band even without a drummer. This actually sounds cohesive. And I went, oh, right, okay. Don't get your fucking hopes up there. My. Yeah, Joe, it's a great one to play. It's really nice. It's a really nice one to play on your own too, with a thumb pick. You know, just the. And I don't have the jack or the ace. You know, that type of thing is a really nice way to play that song too if you happen to be doing it solo. We're gonna do Good and Goodbye. This is another new song. This is kind of a bouncy song. It was funny because when I applied for my most recent Factor grant, which got rejected, as they all seem to, which I'm fine with because I appreciate the artists they do give the money to, but I have yet to have a successful Factor grant for recording. Luckily, I don't know why that's lucky, but either way. But the person that I was working with to help me with the grant suggested this song as one of the songs for the grant application, which I was like, oh, really? People like that song, or is it a song that people might like? Because I always sort of saw this one as a bit of a quirky song, which it is. But maybe people like quirky. I don't know. I like quirky. My album collection is mostly quirky.
Eclectic.
Eclectic, is that what it
There's a
is?
word for you.
Eclectic. Okay.
Yeah, it's like quirky, but a little higher class.
It's like quirky, but like yeah.
Isn't that a sound of the state somewhere, Albuquerque?
1, 2, 3. You don't love me no more, babe. You don't love me no more. My sweet baby, oh, you don't love me no more. Each night I see the truth behind those eyes, but I just don't see the good and goodbye. You used to love me like a freight train. You don't holler no more. My sweet baby, oh, you don't holler no more. Each night I see the truth behind those lies, but I just don't see the good and goodbye. I used to be so lucky, I'm not lucky no more. I used to be so rich in love, now I'm not even dirt poor. I can't believe everything I tried, but I just don't see the good in goodbye. You don't love me no more, babe. You don't love me no more, my sweet baby. Oh, you don't love me no more. Each day I see all the truth behind those lies, but I just don't see the good goodbye. Oh, the last part of the ending was just beautiful.
Absolutely.
After you guys stopped playing, that was the quirky part. Oh man, we should take this band on the road. We'd be big in Albuquerque.
Yeah.
I know, Joe Murray's
sure.
repeated that one there too. I just stole it, although I think we all said it earlier.
I did.
What's everybody doing tonight? Luckily, you'll play the song for us tonight without the reception of the grant. Kirsten, nice to see you. Joe, who else is here? Who else is here? I finish up my monkey shoulder and grab a single malt. Only for Aunt Betty. Okay, the monkey shoulder. What's that all about, Tony? I don't know the monkey shoulder. Oh, this is cool. If you happen to be around Campbellford, the new West Bend brochure is out with William Prince on the cover. How fucking cool is that, eh? William Prince on the cover, man. Hey, that guy has done so well. Donna and Brian right inside. You know something, I would flip through the whole thing right now. We got Julian Taylor coming up here. That's going to be great. Julian's a good friend of mine. He's a wonderful, wonderful player. There's such great stuff. Susie Ungerleider is coming up as well. We got Abba Mia coming up. We got Eve Parker Finley. That's going to be a really cool show. I'm going to go online tomorrow and sort of read this through you all, because this is a really great season they got at West Bend, and just go to westbend.ca if you're interested in it. But we got some amazing shows in Campbellford area to see this summer. Thanks to Brian and Donna and all the staff at West Bend for putting those together for us and for all those artists coming in. We just did Good and Goodbye. We're going to do Wildflowers now. And now Neil is looking at me going, what? I was tuning for something else. What were you tuning for? Coast to Coast Fever. I know. But that's okay. That's going to be a while away anyway.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Neil loves it when I change the set midstream. Oh, my. Okay, I'm going to do a quick tune here. And while I'm tuning, I'm going to talk about IPA and Sailor Jury here. Okay, that would be good. You go see William Prince? Oh, great. Lorna, you're going to go see William. Yeah, he's fantastic. And there might be some surprises that night as well. It's going to be a really cool thing either way. Excited. Man, I'm talking in falsetto a lot tonight. I've done that like for at least 2% of the evening. I've talked like this. I don't know why. Sorry, tuning, folks. Believe me, it's worth it for you in the end. Worth it for me. I can't stand playing an out-of-tune guitar. Ian used to get so mad at me. I'd sit on the couch, and I'd pick up a guitar, and I'd just start sort of noodling, strumming chords and stuff. Ian would be like, will you tune that fucking guitar? I'm like, what? He's like, just tune it. I'm like, it sounds good enough. Yeah, just tune it. And since I have gotten a little more into playing guitar, I now hear what he was talking about. Quite annoying. Okay. Got a tune. It was tuned when I bought it, you know.
Oh, yeah, what do you mean change the strings?
Yeah, exactly. It had new strings on it. It was in tune when I got it. What are we doing? Oh, yeah, we're going to do this one. Okay, cool. I like this one. Yeah, it's a fun song. This is a love song that never got banned from country radio. So it never got played on country radio. I don't think. You belong among the wildflowers. You belong in a boat out at sea. Sail away, kill off the hours. You belong flowers. You belong in a boat out at sea. You belong with your love on your arm. You belong somewhere you feel free. Run away, find you a lover. Run away, let your heart be your guide. You deserve the deepest of cover. You belong in that home by and by. 1, 2, 3, You belong among the wildflowers. You belong somewhere close to me. You belong from your troubles and worries. You belong somewhere you feel free. You belong somewhere you feel free. Cool. I made a glaring error in the middle, which was, only emphasized by me going, sorry. Like a drunken idiot in the middle of it. There's Betty George. Good evening, love. How you doing? We played 30 for 60 for you a few minutes ago there. I thought I'd seen your name there, Betty. Sorry about that. It'll be on to whatever tomorrow for you to watch again, but, nice to see you. How you doing back there? How's the family? Everybody good, I'm hoping? Haven't seen anybody in a while. So, moving along with our Getting to Know the Goats segment, we have Mr. Neil Lucy, who is forever tuning his guitar, because I got mad at him once for it not being in tune. And ever since then,
Once?
it becomes a bit of a thing. And now Neil is always certain of his tuning, which is great. We don't have many tuning issues aside from me these days. Neil Lucy, state your full name, please, for the record.
Really?
It's your turn, buddy.
Stanley Neil Lucy.
Stanley.
Yeah, Stanley.
So why are you called Neil?
Because my dad's name was Stan. So it was less confusing if they used my second name.
Why didn't they call you Neil Stanley then?
I have no idea. I'm not my parents.
But wouldn't you have asked them that at some point?
No.
Okay. So you just accepted that your second name was your first?
Yeah.
And then you gave your first name to your dog?
Well, in effect, yes.
Yes, Stanley. Hello, Stanley, but it's spelled differently.
It's spelled Phtan, and the reason for that is because there's a dog on the internet whose name is actually Tuna. But he's got the most wicked underbites you've ever seen in your life, and they do these little memes with him, and they call him Steven.
Stephen, right.
Stephen, yes.
Yes, that's right. And this is Stanley.
Stan, yes.
Stanley, if you had a lisp.
Yep.
But Stanley doesn't have a lisp. Actually, Stanley's a very fun and cuddly dog. He's become a big part of the family here. And it's always nice to have him. So, Stanley Neil Lucy,
Yeah,
are you Canadian citizen?
I am.
Are you an American citizen?
I am not.
Are you a citizen of Bolivia?
I am not.
Are you a citizen
But
of
I
England?
have good ties to Peru.
Ah.
So that
What are your Peruvian ties?
I've been there.
Oh, cool. Are you English?
I was born in Britain, and we moved here when I was 8. My sister
So
was
you're a
13 months
spy?
old at the time, and I always wondered what she did that made us leave the country. But,
So you are not a Canadian citizen. You are a.
No, I am a Canadian
British spy.
citizen. Well, if you wish.
How can you be both?
I believe that you can actually hold dual citizenship.
They call you
with,
Britannian,
yeah, something like that, or Canish.
Canadish.
Yeah.
You should know these things, Neil. This is your interview.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. I wasn't given the questions beforehand, so I'm.
Of course not.
lost. Yeah.
That's the number one rule
All right.
of journalism as I know it.
No, I would.
Okay, so we have Neil Stanley Lucy, age, date of birth. Sorry.
Date of birth, 4th of May, 1949.
1949.
Yes,
That was
sir.
before I was born either.
Yes, it was. 20 years and 3 days
20 years and
before.
3 days. Exactly, you are correct. Yeah. Wow, you're quite old. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm quite old. That reminds me that I'm quite old.
Well, you're 53, big deal.
Yeah, but you're in better shape than I am, so
I don't think I go that far.
maybe not. Yeah. Okay, so we have Neil Lucy, the oldest goat. I'm going to get to some stock interview questions in a minute, but I'm going to trace back your history. So when you were born, you told me once that you guys came over on a boat. It was a long storm, and you were
No.
down in the bottom,
No.
and it was people. No?
Yeah.
I really thought you'd latch on and could take that one somewhere, Neil. Set the whole scene for you.
I'm sorry. I just got this honesty thing. It's right up my, and I just.
Remember
Okay.
on a slave ship?
So you
That's
wanted
right,
to know the
actually,
reality.
yes, and you're quite right. In actual fact, it was a pilfered German U-boat.
Yes, exactly.
My dad and his three brothers, swam across the channel to the port of Le Havre and stole it.
Oh my, it's hard to believe now that you've already said how honest you need to be.
I know.
So we're getting to know Neil. He's completely honest all the time. What did you do before
This?
music? Yes, before this part of music.
I ran and still run a company I started in 1983 selling medical supplies.
Medical supplies. Okay. And what kind of medical supplies are you selling?
We, ironically, given Steve's situation, specialize in ostomy equipment
Ostomy equipment.
and incontinence equipment, so we're kind of the butt end of the business. you know?
It's a dirty job.
I know.
Oh my! It's there's so many puns. It's almost not even. It's just kind of
I know,
silly to
I
even
know,
go to it.
I know, you're right.
Does that? Oh, you're not wearing your poo guitar strap tonight.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, it usually has a poo emoji guitar strap, and then people who know make that connection. So you own a medical
Supply
supply
business.
company.
Yep.
Very cool.
Yep.
And how long have you been doing that?
Since 1983.
Cool. And when was your first time on stage?
Sometime in 2018, I think.
Where was that?
I think it was in St. John's. I think that was the first time we had the gig.
Your first time on stage
First
was
time,
at the
yeah.
Ship Inn?
No, at
Oh, at the
the
Black Sheep.
Yeah.
And then the Ship Inn the
Ship
next
in
night.
the next night, yes.
And then, cool, and you've been on some big stages ever since.
Apparently, yeah.
You've been on West Bend, you've been down to the Horseshoe, you've
Yeah.
been on some nice stages. Somebody, how many times have you played live in front of people?
Apart from the pub,
Mhm.
I don't know, a dozen. I think something like
Neil
that.
is sort of new to all this. Neil is one of these fellows that I met who, like many of us, just played music all their life, but didn't pursue it as a career. And then now, later on in life, when his seeds of business have grown into a garden that basically maintains itself with his, he has a sickle and keeps it all in order, of course. But as long as the sickle and the grass stay at the level,
Yeah,
a sickle
that's
and a
right,
bullwhip.
that's right,
Chicka-wacka, chicka-wacka, chicka-wacka. And he keeps it all running smooth. But now that he has extra time, he started hanging out. And then it was sort of, he was around all the time. And he was a friend of the band. And then I realized he could actually play the instrument. So he started jamming with us. And he's just kind of worked his way in. And now he is the oldest and one of the first goats. So that's Neil Lucy.
Yep.
What didn't I ask you? Let's check out some of these crazy, silly questions. Yeah, the weather's been a little bit weird, Aunt Betty. I know. We got it good up here. I can't really say it's bad because it's not. But what is the most useless talent you have?
I'm tempted to say playing guitar.
That would work.
Most useless talent I have. Man, that's...
Would you like a different
Oh,
question?
I know. No, ironing.
What is it?
Ironing.
Ironing. Yeah, it's true.
how's
You are a
that? How's
compulsive
that? How's
ironer.
I am. Yes, indeed. Yep.
Yeah, Neil shows up every night, and I'm like, oh, that's a nice new shirt. I've had this one for 12 years. I'm like, what the fuck? It's still, look at the crisp. He irons his jeans. You do, don't you?
Yeah.
Doesn't everybody? Yeah, exactly. No, everybody doesn't. What would you be doing right now if it wasn't for your music career?
I'd probably still be working full time.
Would you?
Yeah, probably.
That's interesting. Do you enjoy your work?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. If you
Not
could,
as much as I used to, you know.
Yeah.
Like it wears a bit thin after 40-odd years, and, you get old enough that you really can't be bothered. But
I know.
I have to be, so therefore I am.
Well, you're into it for a different reason than you're not into it. Whatever. I don't want to get into telling your story, but if you could open for any artist, who would it be?
Paco de Lucia. Except he's dead, but...
Okay, no, it doesn't have to be alive or dead.
Yeah.
And you would want to open with him? That wouldn't make you nervous?
Oh, terribly.
So is it actually something you'd want?
You know, I'm going to give him the choice between that and anybody else. Yeah, I think so.
Okay, excellent. I'm gonna try one more of these fantastic. Trying to find something that's a little bit not so musical. I think I might have it. Oh, these are silly. Ugh. Some of these questions are some of this advice that they're giving out is awful. Ah, terrible. What is the best sandwich?
What is the best sandwich? Well, I'll go with a seafood sub from Master Sub. John makes an absolutely wonderful sandwich. So yeah.
He does. You know something? That's funny. I knew you were going to say that because it is a fucking great sandwich.
Yeah.
And when Mr. Grant said it earlier, I thought the same thing. The Master Sub. Master Sub's got
I
it
didn't
going
know
on.
they had seafood sandwich.
They do.
Oh,
I'm
it's
gonna go
so
and
good.
try it.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah,
It's
it's
good.
really nice. Yeah, it's quite a thing. Oh my! Holy fuck! It's 9 o'clock. Where are we in the
3
center?
minutes too. Don't exaggerate.
I know, but oh yeah, that's about. Well, it's not quite right. Let's pull up to let's play that video there for. I'm gonna get Barry to pull up a video now. I've been using this Ant-Man, this Hughes and Kettner Ant-Man. I've been using this for 2 weeks now. This is the third week. This thing is
Welcome
freaking
again,
incredible.
folks.
I know that this
Okay, so for the
Ant-Man
last
stuff
2
has
weeks,
been
I've been
going on for a
using the
long
Hughes and
time.
Kettner Amp-Man
is that playing, Barry?
Classic.
Oh, okay.
And as you can see, this
No,
one is
that's
the
okay. Let it play.
Amp-Man
Sorry, I
Modern.
didn't realize it was on already.
What's different? Well, everything and nothing. It's still got all the same things. It's got your great noise gate effects loop. It's got this amazing red box DI thing here, which allows you to select 8 different cabinets, your inputs. It's got your headphones, aux, power, all that stuff. Everything back here looks the same. Everything here looks the same as well. So what's the difference? Well, the Modern is more the US type sounds, I guess, whereas the Classic is more the British sounds. So it's kind of like a Vox versus a Marshall, so to speak. Channel 2 is the one that changes mostly. Channel 1, I believe, is kind of the same on both, and then Channel 2 is what changes on the Modern. You get a higher level of gain and saturation, and you get a bigger distortion sound out of this channel. So for the last 2 weeks, I've been using the Modern. The next 2 weeks, I'm going to be using, or the last 2 weeks, I've been using the Classic, sorry. The next 2 weeks, I'm going to be using the Modern. See what type of sounds are different. Again, for an all-in-one fly rig, this is an amplifier that fits in your hand. You can take this with you and just plug it into a PA or plug it into a cabinet. It's a really cool thing. Hughes and Kettner have knocked it out of the park with this one. So see what happens over the next 2 weeks. Cheers.
Cool. So, like I was saying there at the beginning of the video, this thing is incredible. Both the Ant-Man Classic and the Ant-Man Modern, they're giving amazing sounds. You've been listening to the clean sound on this thing all night. But it doesn't take much. That's just a simple A/B selection of the two of the clean and the dirty, and you can change so much of those things. These are great little pedals. Check them out. While I was doing the last part, what I was showing, asking the questions, I lost my feed on the thing. So questions for G and Lucy. Let's bring those up again there. If you can post them again for me, ladies and gentlemen, that'd be great. In the meantime, we are going to play this song. Seems like every meal he's ever eaten has come at the cost of a song. Not to say he ain't been hungry for those times you sang along. And his house is made from many doors. The address changes day by day. Been rambling around this world, killing time along the way. It's a long way to travel and $1 for a song. Another town behind and another comes along. His boots are feeling heavy standing on another stage. Fire in his bloodshot eyes in the day. And for every girl he's ever loved, whose kindness helped him find his way through fumbling, tumbling, lonely nights to bring colors to the gray. Another lonesome sunrise just ahead. His hair's tangled in the bed, and he's scattered on the floor, and he's heading for the door. It's a long way to travel and $1 for a song. Another town behind and another comes along. His boots are feeling heavy standing on another stage. Fire in his bloodshot eyes in the day. Oh, you won't break in from this road. So much story still untold. Doesn't matter what you say. He's been doing it all his days. He's an old dog and you'll never change his ways. When he dies out on that highway and you check to find him cold, just pull the old truck over, rolling him off beside the road. For his life's been filled with many riches found upon this stage. When he gets his call to glory and he knows his dues are paid, it's a long way to travel and $1 for a song. Another town behind and another comes along. His boots are feeling heavy standing on another stage. Fire in his bloodshot eyes in the day. Oh, you won't break in from this road. So much story still untold. Doesn't matter what you say. He's been doing it all his days. He's an old dog, you'll never change. You'll break him from this road. So much story still untold. Doesn't matter what you say. He's been doing it all his days. He's an old dog, he'll never change his ways. Getting messages here say, great job, Barry. Good sound, Barry. Cool. Very nice. I was wondering where the Screaming Goat Cam was. Oh, darn, Eric, I'll finally found it. It's always here. Oh, my. Well, we got a couple more for you, ladies and gentlemen, and then we're going to go downstairs and have our wrap-up for the evening. And I'm going to walk down to the pub and see what this, see who's playing tonight, see what it's all about. Stand at the door and watch from a distance, maybe. A little bit of exercise wouldn't hurt me. I see what we have written next, and it looks like a great song. But it's got anxiety written all over it. Questions again. Let's see what questions came up. Tony Arkell asks, is Neil James Bond?
Close to it, in actual fact, because I do drive.
You do drive an Aston Martin.
I have an Aston Martin, yeah.
Now you're getting to know Neil. Yes, Neil drives an Aston Martin. Yes. So yes, he is very much like that.
And I've almost mastered the whole thing of talking without moving your
Yes.
teeth. Quite so.
English people can do that, right?
They can.
The way your teeth are shaped,
I think it is.
the flatness of them or something.
And that special English tea-stained color as well, I think helps.
Oh, well, I mean, that comes from, yeah, that's Newfoundland too. Nothing wrong with the color of tea on the old teeth, boy. Don't go knocking that shade of tobacco. Okay. This is a song we learned for Sammy Cohn a few weeks back when he was on the show. By the way, I've been tweaking the website. I'd love to have some of your feedback. There is, of course, the merch store there, which is, It's all about funneling people into getting money into my pocket. No, what there's
How's it working?
yeah, exactly.
Just really, really well.
Yeah, I know. I just put in an order for 200 T-shirts, and I think I've sold 3. So it's going really well. I'm at about 1.5% of I don't even know how to do math. Anyways, we learned this for Sammy Cohn, but on the website we now have a section where you can go and sort of watch all the guest clips, interviews, and songs and stuff. So it's a little bit more concise than going to YouTube, where you have to kind of scroll through. I think I'm into a couple 200 plus videos there at this point. So I'm trying to find a way to consolidate it into the website so it's a little more viewable for y'all. Okay, this is a song called, Mr. Graham, what's this one called?
All my loving.
Is it Lovin' or Loving?
Well, it's printed out as loving.
But it doesn't sound like they say
Doesn't
loving.
sound
No,
like
it
that
doesn't.
when they sing it.
No, it
I
doesn't.
know. See, is that one of those things like loving is risky, but like loving is cool?
No,
I don't think so.
no, no.
It's just the way they
Got
say
nothing
it.
to do with it, yeah.
Okay.
They were just being proper with their title, right? Because it was still 1963.
Yeah. Well, that's good perspective. That's good perspective.
Yeah.
One, two, 1, 2. Close your eyes and I'll kiss you. Tomorrow I'll miss you. Remember, I'll always be true. Then when I am away, I'll write home every day, and I'll send all my loving to you. I'll pretend that I'm kissing the lights that I'm missing, and hope all my dreams will come true. And then while I'm away, I'll write home every day, and I'll send all my loving to you. All my loving I will send to you. All my loving, darling, I'll be true. Close your eyes and I'll kiss you. Tomorrow I'll miss you. Remember, I'll always be true. And then when I'm away, I'll write home every day, and I'll send all my loving to you. All my loving I will send to you. All my loving, darling, I'll be true. All my loving, all my loving, all my loving, I will send to you. There you go, a little Beatles for you.
That's fun.
How did that one rank, Mr. Grant?
That was pretty good.
That's cool. I like when you
Can't
get to
wait
play.
till we get our drummer, though. Take away those
I know.
timing problems.
I know. It's a weird thing when you got sort of two people playing sort of quarter note triplets and eighth note triplets over a four. It's like you need those drums, but it's good though. We're doing all right with that one. Tony Arkell says, I was going to request a song for my mom who flew into town for a visit. She's a Beatles have. Most have sent out the vibes. Yes, absolutely, Tony. Well, happy visiting with your mom. I don't know if Home is on the docket, but we could probably play it. Let me see what is on the docket.
St. John's Waltz is practically home, isn't it?
Pretty much home, yeah.
Take your pick. I'm willing to do either one.
Let's do St.
I'll do
John's
them both if
Waltz.
you want.
Let's do them both. Let's do St. John's Waltz, and we'll do Home. St. John's Waltz and Home. There we go. St. John's Waltz, we're doing that in E flat. Cool.
For those out there that want to play along, we're playing an E flat.
For all the trumpet players in the world. These strings are ready for a change, ladies and gentlemen. Next week, you'll hear this guitar with new strings. What a difference. It's hard because I love all the degrees with this guitar. It changes the vibe of it. What are we doing?
St. John's Waltz.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Oh, the harbor lights are gleaming, and the evening's still and dark, and the seagulls all are dreaming, seagull dreams, Amherst Rock, and the mist is slowly moving as the storefront lights grow dim, and the moon is gently lifting as the last ship's coming in. All the sailors got a story, some are true and some are false, but they're always wrecked. They're up on the decks, dancing to St. John's Waltz. Oh, we've had our share of history. We've seen nations come and go. We've seen battles rage on the land and stage for 100 years or more. For beauty or for freedom, for country or for king, or for money or fame, but there are no names on the graves where men lie sleeping in the 9 to 5, survive the day with a sigh and a dose of salts. The parking the cars, and the packing the bars, and the dancing the St. John's Waltz. Oh, my heart is on the highway, and I'm sold on going to sea. And the planes fill up the skyway, and the trains run swift and free. Leave the wayward free to wander, leave the restless free to roam. Whether it's rocks in the bay or an old cliche, you'll find your way back home. But don't question or inquire what's been gained and what's been lost. Little romance, don't miss out on the chance to be dancing to St. John's Waltz. Your world romance, don't miss out on the chance to be dancing to St. John's Waltz. Very nice. Very nice. Ron Hines there towards the end of the night. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to end. Oh man, we got so it's the end of May. It's the beginning of June. Summer is here. I hope everybody's experiencing some good weather. I know Newfoundland is still waiting for it, but that is part of the Newfoundland thing. So as always, we've got another month of great guests and things scheduled for you. Next week we've got Ben Kaplan. I'm really excited for this one. He's an amazing, talented I don't even know how to describe him, but you're going to have to tune in to check it out. I'm going to get a chance to have an interview with him this week, and he's going to send me a couple tunes. It's going to be really cool. We've also got this month Sarah Calhoun, who's a lady that I know from Montana. She runs a company called Red Ants Pants, and it's associated with the Red Ants Pants Foundation and the Red Ants Pants Music Festival. And she was basically she grew up on a farm and always kind of struggled with the fact there was no workwear for female farmers. So she started a clothing line, and it is like the main female clothing line, and it's become. She does a lot of, she does a lot of talking. She's a major player in the world now, like of things. She's really cool. She's got a music festival that goes along with it, and they have fantastic music. And she's one of the coolest people that I've ever met. She's just one of those people that I met, and immediately we were friends. And she's just real super. So she's going to be here to talk one of these nights. Ron Hawkins from Lowest of the Low, again, that's going to be fantastic. I don't know what I'm going to talk to Ron about. So many things. Do I just hang out and sort of say, hey, how you doing? Or do I actually get into these deep questions that I'm really curious about the Low? And his career as well, man. He's had such a fucking long career. It's amazing. And Mike Turner from Our Lady Peace, who also helped and basically crafted the entirety of All Together Now. So that's a fantastic month. And a bunch of gear to look at, and some new songs, and some new ideas that I'm crafting. And we got all kinds of new stuff coming through. So please feel free to come back again anytime. It would be greatly appreciated if you would share your experiences on the Whiskey Wednesday show with your friends and family, and even on your own social media. Just kind of post a link for one of the shows from YouTube or something, and just say, hey, check this out. Let somebody know. It is we got a really nice tight group here, and I love it. But at the same time, I don't know how to get to people that would benefit from this. I've heard from most of the regulars. I've kind of heard from at some point why they come to see Whiskey Wednesday, and what I mean by see Whiskey Wednesday is why they view it in their own way, whether it's at home or on their phone or whatever it is. And it does lead me to believe that there is a need for these type of weekly events for people to have as distractions or as highlights, whatever you want to call it. And, I'd like to get the word out to more people who might benefit from having something entertaining to do on a Wednesday night that kind of keeps them sane, for lack of a better word. Not to make any sort of funny or bad disparaging remarks about sanity, but I know for me sanity is the right word. So we will play this song now in With All Love and dedicate it to Clark. I have not heard from Clark in a while. Where are you now, Clarky? I heard him. Oh, you invited me to a very strange Facebook group, which makes me think that you probably didn't do it, but at the same time, maybe you did. You are a strange being. Clark Hancock, reach out to me. Let me know what's going on. The city harbor lies behind the chain link fence. You can see it from a distance. You can even feel the wind. But you can't walk out on that dock and stand beside the sea-torn freighters. Since those stories of the lives that live within, you can't have it the way it was. Have to take it as it is. Those times have changed, those days are gone. Those days are past but not forgotten. You can't stop the winds of change. Forever in your mind, self-same. Oh, don't be sad. We were blessed for what we had. Those days are gone. The memories cast in stone. And I know I'm not alone. And it chills me to the bone. In this place called home. You can't lose what you don't own. The deepest ties you'll ever know, right here at home. Down Water Street, the storefronts changed a few blocks north of Everblade to fight against the sudden change and waiting game. How many words can twist and burn like spark to hay? No further down this certain old time road we'll stray. Have to take it as it is. Those times will change, those days are gone. Those days will pass but not forgot. You can't stop the winds of change. Forever remind myself saying, oh, don't be sad. We were blessed for what we had. Those dreams are gone. The memories cast in stone. And I know I'm not alone. And it chills me to the bone in this place called home. You can't lose what you don't know. Deepest ties you'll ever know. Hurt so bad to let you go. And I thought that I just came to say hello to this place called home. The city harbor lies behind the chain link fence. You can see it from a distance. You can even feel the wind. Well, folks, thank you all so much for coming out. Thank you for getting to know Mr. Grant and Mr. Lucy. Thank you for Mr. Grant and Mr. Lucy for putting up with such punishingly interrogative questions.
Yes.
And Barry, thank you for coming over and working sound and doing the switching. Again, a shout out to Ron Bissonette. We are still working the way through that bottle of Glenlivet that he sent to us, personalized with Ken Tizzard and Music for Goats right on the label. Really cool gift for us to get, and we are working our way through that. So thanks again, Ron. Ron started softball this week. For anybody who's wondering why Ron hasn't chimed in, he messaged me to say that they start their night softball league on Wednesdays, but I'll be tuning in to watch it on Thursday. So he says, say hi to the group, and we'll be watching from Thursdays. Anyways, I love you all. Did I cover everything that I needed? Birthday, parade, yep. I think I got everything. I'm not getting any texts from my wife saying, don't forget to blah, 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 blah. I think I got everything done. I think we got everything done. We played music pretty well tonight. Only like a few real clunkers. Yeah. That was good. Barry had no problem with the computers. And the sound is all right. Wow, maybe we were onto something here, ladies and gentlemen. I think we should start calling this a show.
We can always hope.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, take care, stay well, be kind, be nice, be yourself, be whatever you need to be, unless, like, you're a serial killer or something, in which case, see a doctor, please. Don't mean to make fun of that, but I also want to not encourage that. Cheers, ladies and gentlemen, take care.
Good night.
Once again, thanks for spending another Wednesday with us here at Storyhouse Studios. Thanks to Trainer, Yorkville, and the Longtooth Beverage Company for being a part of the show. We love our time on the Whiskey Wednesday show and appreciate all of your support. Don't forget to hit up the tip jar if you feel so inclined. Never expected, but always appreciated. Tune in every week for more guests, songs, stories, drinks, and gear talk. And don't forget to visit the website, www.kentizzard.com, to sign up for the Whiskey Wednesday Wrap-Up. Compiled by Allison, this is a monthly overview with highlights, directories of songs, and so much more. Be kind, be helpful, be happy, be safe. See you next week.